We think someone set our car on fire? I think someone set your car on fire. Some construction crew in my city is having one of those days. Contractors working along Blank Drive have hit a water main. Crews are currently working to restore water services in the area. Thank you. Contractors working along Blank Drive have hit another water main. Crews are currently... Man, I love that. That's so funny. They've done it again. Haha! Super great. Well, I love lowest bidder contractor wars. The new fridge I bought creates so much ice in the freezer. Oh man, I am so glad that I haven't had a fridge that has this problem ever. I don't think I've ever had a fridge, whether it was a top freezer or not, that created ice like this. At least not to the point where I had to deal with it. That's crazy. Woo! Aftermath of night sweats. This happens 3 to 5 times a week. Oh, god damn. I've only woken up like super sweaty a few times in my life, and even then, I was nowhere near sweating this much. That is crazy. That would drive me nuts. Ugh. Took antibiotics with mono. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I'll know not to do that, I guess. I mean, I guess I don't need to know not to do that. My doctor should be the one who knows not to do that. But geez, my lord. I don't even know what to say, man. I have once in my life had hives. No one figured out where they came from. It was like 20 years ago. Never had them again. I don't get it. What happened? How did I get them? I don't have allergies. They tested. Bill for a stomach ache. Ooh, America, baby. This better be at least $7,000 or I'm going to be pissed. All right, let's see. Okay. We've got your total balance of $5,885. Now, $10,874 was billed. Okay. It's United Healthcare. I could have guessed that one. Okay, so insurance claims they covered $5,000. Now, they don't actually have to prove that they've done that at all. They just get to say that they've done that. So, as far as we know, United Healthcare totally paid $5,000. Now, remaining responsibility, $5,800. Sick. Your CT scan was $6,000, I guess. The emergency room visit was $3,500, I guess. The laboratory was $780, making a little bit more sense, I guess. Pharmacy $555, crime. Cool. Yeah, I guess just pull $6,000 out of your butthole and figure it out, dude. Why don't you have $6,000 you can drop whenever you need? Like what? You don't? I thought everybody had $6,000 they could just stand to lose for almost nothing. That's cool. No, sucks to suck, I guess. Oh, we make jokes all the time about this system here in the United States, but the truth of the matter is we're never going to do a thing about it. We're never going to do what needs to be done in order to fix this crap. Like, the closest thing I think that most people could maybe do or would be willing to do is look at this bill, crumple it up, and throw it the away, credit score be damned. Genuinely. Like, I'm not even kidding. Oh no, do I have $2 trillion of medical debt? Oh no, I really couldn't give less of a The human right to be alive. This is insane. This doesn't even belong here. This belongs on a list of evidence of crimes, you know? Non-happy birthday. Okay. Did someone, all right, bit into something hard in my spinach. Oh God, please don't let it be something gross. Oh, it was beyond my wildest expectations. How? Man, I hate it here. $90 bottle of Lagavulin? 16-year I was going to gift for my dad, okay? So, you know, expensive liquor or whatever. I don't actually know what that is, but that's incredibly unfortunate, dude. That does suck. That is a perfect example of, well, that sucks. It could have been significantly worse, you know, like you could have bought like a $500 bottle of who gives a shit, right? You know, but still sucks because that's a not insignificant amount of money, that's for sure. Brand new printer giving light up show. Giving a light up. Oh my God. Woo! That's okay. I know this is not the point. I know this isn't the point, but the design of this printer is so Atom Punk in my mind. It's so retro futuristic with the goofy little, like, hold on, let's look at this again really quick. Look at those little dots in the center. What the fuck are they even trying to say? It's gotta be for displaying numbers and stuff, right? But the way that they're flowing, it looks like a printer that would have come out of the same universe as Tron or something like that, okay? This is the Fantastic Four's printer, or, you know, what they would have had maybe 20 years later or something. I just find it funny. That is awful. HP should be out of business. They make the worst shit I've ever seen in my life. Can't even afford to apply for rent in this day and age. Do you have a guarantor related to you who makes 80 times the rent? and a 700 plus credit score, best. It's cool that you need a 700 plus credit score to do anything anymore when most people have like what, in the high to mid 600s at literal best. I just had to take a moment, dude. Are they serious? With 80 times the rent is wrong, right? There's no way they're actually asking for 80 times. No, right? A fuck up. I've never seen more than 3 times. I've never seen anybody ask for more than 3 times rent. So if that is a fuck up, 8 times rent? Huh? Are you fucking joking? And the thing is, I would never be a guarantor for anybody for any reason, because then you are liable for their financial decision. I'm seriously, if they can't or won't pay for what they need to pay, you're legally obligated now because you signed on. So don't ever sign for people. Shouldn't need to have anybody sign for us. Actually crazy. My God. Car got rear-ended and totaled while parked in front of my house. Cops gave me a ticket for it being parked there. Aren't police so incredibly useful and not at all fucking useless? Just pulled the cat-proof cover off of my computer chair. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. That's f***ing wild, though. Absolutely wild. The entire purpose of that thing. Man, I'd be leaving them some salty-ass reviews. That's bullshit. I do find it insane that any company at any time gets to falsely advertise and lie about anything they want forever with no repercussions whatsoever. This isn't just a flaw in that one particular product. If you are selling a cover for your chair that's advertised as cat-proof, this is not just a one-off oopsie. They're just lying. And I'm not giving companies brownie points anymore for any reason. That ship has sailed in my mind. Corporation, company, I don't care. You. It's 1 a.m. on Christmas night, and I just discovered why this new toy doesn't work. Oh no, a new toy with a completely corroded battery compartment. What the f***? Merry Christmas! I got an extremely expensive drone, and my sister's dog broke it when nobody was watching. Okay, so your sister's financially liable to fix or replace it. You are financially liable for what your children do, what your pets do, what you do. It's that simple. That is not a cheap toy right there. That's like a $1,000 to $2,000 drone. That's stupidly expensive. And it looks like the dog chewed the shit out of a couple of the blades, right? And the blades are easy to replace. They're designed to be easy to replace on purpose, from what I remember from the few DJI drones I've had. And I know that what I'm saying it's not like smart or clever. Duh, your sister owes you either a new one or enough money to fix it. But I really hope that there was no arguing here. If my dog destroyed my friend's controller, of course I'm going to be replacing your controller. You know what I mean? The day before my vacation, and I cut through the client's internet cable. Oh, well that sucks. You know, that actually happened to me recently, where a neighbor started building a shed in their backyard, where they had their contractor show up and start at 5 a.m. Thanks for that. Really courteous. But they, in building that shed, destroyed our internet line, so we didn't have internet properly for a week, and they don't have to do anything about it. It took me a week to get Comcast to finally admit that something was wrong with the cable in the ground because our neighbors destroyed it. Neighbors aren't at fault for anything. They don't have to do shit. They get their internet. They f***ed ours. My Disney Plus account was compromised. 29 plus logins within a minute. Sucks for them. My subscription's expired. I will say they're not getting in there to watch Disney Plus. They're getting in there to see if there's any information they can utilize to find out more of your account's information. They start with Disney Plus so that they can eventually end up at your bank. My drive home almost every day during the holidays. Let's see here. Traffic. Nice. Hell yeah. Oh, Staten Island. Okay, yeah. So just like the worst place on earth to commute via car, period, right? One day after getting my new car, this popped up. Don't tell me your check engine light's already blinking off, man. Okay, sorry. Right, you had new in quotations. I don't know why I ignored that and thought you actually meant new car. I was gonna go on a whole tear about how, you just bring it back to the dealership. They'll fix that because they have to. Sorry about that. Yeah, it looks like you bought an old Accord or something with 141,000 miles on it. That sucks. If you just bought this from somebody, I don't know. Maybe you can yell at the person who sold it to you. Hey man, did you clear the code so that you could hide a check engine light from me when I bought the car? This is why one of the things I have personally recommended when you're buying a car from somebody, or even a dealership at this point, is to invest in one of those stupid little engine code readout devices, okay? Because that will tell you anything you need to know about upcoming expenses that the seller will never tell you about, because in this day and age, it's all about scamming the shit out of somebody in just a legally safe enough way to get away with it. Yeah, I am that jaded. I'm sorry. I've been screwed over by many salespeople for being too nice and naive, and at least a few dealerships in my time. You need to have a checklist and the tools. Bring your buddy who is a mechanic and make sure that they aren't going to take you for a ride, because once that money clears, there is nothing you will be able to do. Don't play games when it comes to your money. Family member gave us a cubby house for free. This is how they dropped it off. What is a cubby house? Oh, what? No, you're coming back and picking this shit up. I'm not sure what that is. A cubby house, like I said, I don't know. I've never heard that term before, ever. But yeah, I'd be calling them saying, are you guys actually on fucking crack? Come and pick this garbage up off of my lawn right now. Get it out of here. How disgustingly disrespectful. Just felt like I forgot something last night in my car. I knew it. I knew it was gonna be a can of something, man. I feel like we have all been there at least a little bit, right? We have all had the realization, either in the middle of the night when it's too late, or in the morning when we see the aftermath of leaving a drink of any kind in the car. I think the last time I had a drink explode in my vehicle, though, was a few years ago. I say a few years ago, it must have been like 2019 or something like that, where I opened up, back when Mountain Dew was doing those dumbass energy drinks with that weird little resealing can thing. You guys might remember that. Either way, those things out here in the altitude, like the high altitude Colorado Springs area, would always explode out the top, no matter what you did. And I didn't know that. I bought one for the first time, and bam, my car is covered in syrup. Got fired the day after Christmas. Hey, this is Blank with Who Gives a Shit. This message is to let you know we're letting you go. I normally do this in person, but I thought I'd save you the trip. Oh, did you? Oh, you were thinking of me. Thank you. I don't think this is the job for you. You still mix up, missort, and mislabel things too often. Your customer service was good and you were learning things good. I wish you well in the future and thank you for your time. You will get your final direct deposit tomorrow. Please drop off your shirts when you get a chance. That's just great how he tried to spin it as, don't worry, dude. I'm on your side. I just wanted to save you the trip. You know what I mean? Go f*** yourself with a car at that point, you douchebag. Sorry, I'm on something today, okay? Some of these are beyond pissing me off. And this isn't even an infuriating subreddit. This is just a, oh, of course, sort of subreddit. The day after Christmas, this is pathetic. Like, sure, if you've been there during a probationary period and you're still not up to snuff, I get it, okay? Especially because you know whether or not there is a probationary period. They tell you. It's usually 90 days, right? You still mix up, missort, and mislabel things. Okay, those are problems. I would hope that I would be told about those problems before I needed to be fired. But I love that they were like, oh, you're good at customer service and we're learning things well, though. Go f*** yourself. Just, oh my God. Found out I have a cyst in my brain today. You're not special. I've got 20. No, that is insane, though. What the hell do you do? I mean, here in the United States, you have to have about $10 million to maybe start treating this problem, but I just don't know what really is to be done. Is this invasive surgery day one? Because a cyst can't shrink. Cysts have to be removed. I've had a cyst removed from my neck, the size of like a ping pong ball. Okay, it wasn't that big. It was chunky, but not that big. Glad I spent $18,000 on a new roof 2 months ago. Awesome. Super healthy mold. Hooray. No, that's good. Look, I think I mentioned it on Blue Sky, which, by the way, you can totally follow me on Blue Sky at xycron.tv. I think I talked about a new obsession of mine lately that has been air purifiers. I don't know why. I get hyperfixated on the stupidest stuff. When I was a kid, it was fans. Right now, it's air purifiers. Who knows what it's going to be in a week, right? I recommend y'all get some. You know what? Build your own, as a matter of fact. Go get some furnace filters from your local Home Depot and duct tape those suckers together with a freaking box fan. Those are not HEPA filters. They're not going to filter out mold as efficiently as a real air purifier. But you know what? Please, for the love of God, you never know. It's not as obvious all the time when mold is growing. It really isn't. You're not always going to be as lucky to be able to spot it up on the ceiling like that. Sometimes it's behind your bed or, God forbid, somewhere in the air circulation system. Just do yourself a favor and find a way to clean your air on a constant basis. I'm 30. I'd prefer gray hair. Yeah, I'm almost starting to get like conspiracy theory pilled, I guess you could say, about male pattern baldness. It feels like there is something out there, right? That is, I know it's genetics, I know it's testosterone, all this other stuff, but I am starting to wonder why like 70% of the male population loses their hair before they're 40 years old almost entirely. What the f*** is that? Has that always been the case? What chemical in our everyday lives has increased the amount of men that just don't get to keep their hair past age? I've seen teenagers with hair like this. Something weird is going on there, okay? And there are treatments. I've told you guys before. I started mega balding, I want to say a few years ago, but I got on hair regrowth cream. I cannot remember the name. Minoxidil. I started using topical minoxidil and finasteride, and it worked. My hair is thick and full. It's back. However, I don't really want to continue taking a pill for the rest of my life. So one day I will let it go. But what is happening? We shouldn't need these treatments. We shouldn't. Why are people just losing their fucking hair? I don't know. Again, I've never looked into it. I don't know if this is just how it has literally always been, but it feels like every other man I see has no hair. And I'm not talking by choice. Spent hours roasting lamb only to cut it open and smell the most disgusting thing. You know, this is what makes me give up and just go to Taco Bell again. I'm sorry, guys, but that's just how it's gonna be for me. Left the stove on accidentally for 5 hours. Noticed when I came back home. There goes my gas bill. At least I didn't burn my place down. Yes, that is always the lesson you should take away, is at the very least, nothing burnt down. The amount of times I have woken up or come home and realized that I forgot to put out a candle is also insane. I don't know why this keeps happening. I'm gonna die soon. I don't know. Just a little frosty? Right. What the hell, actually? I need to look closer at this. These colors are fucking gross, dude. Oh my God, look at down at the bottom. Oh my Lord, this is so disgusting. Man, at that point, just get a bonfire going. I don't know. I don't want to chip ice out of this for 16 hours. Let's unplug it and let it melt. Lost my Apple Watch a few days ago. My boyfriend just found it. Oh, huh? Do we get to know where he found it? Give us some clues as to how this happened, or are we just, yep, it was destroyed. Did you leave it underneath a battle tank by any chance? Anything like that? I don't know. My mom spilled our detergent this morning, and this is what I come home from work to. Awesome. I actually did have a moment with my roommates recently about those containers suck. Those dumbass containers that you can get from Costco that have the little spout in the cup, they suck. I don't understand who thought they were a good idea. They're terrible. But yeah, I had my own little like, hey, can we seriously fucking not do this? Don't spill detergent and then just walk away. What kind of arrogant ass attitude is that? Clean it up. You did it. Late mother's altar that was on standing desk exploded. That was really hard to read, just to point that out. Whoa! When you say exploded, you were so not kidding. What the hell was on that altar, dude? Did you leave a stick of dynamite out? Woo! All right. I can't even remotely fathom what the f*** happened here. My neighbor received this note. Hello, neighbor. This morning, I saw a huge skunk crawl into your garage through the crack under the door, bottom left corner. Watch out. Wanted to let you know, this thing was bigger than a small dog. Are we supposed to be mad at the neighbor here, or what exactly is the idea? Because sure, it sucks. A skunk just crawled into my garage, and now I've got to, call a guy out here to get him out safely and all that, because I'm not going in. I'm not fighting a skunk, but nothing wrong with the neighbor, by the way. It feels pretty normal for the neighbor to go, hey, dude, I just needed to let you know, I think I saw the devil crawl into your house. I ran over a bullet. Huh, well, shit, you really did. Only in America, baby. Damn, okay, yeah, that's not normal. The pasta I usually get has shrunk, and now I can't use the strainer I've been using for nearly 4 years. Now, this may seem weird, but there's another side of shrinkflation. That's another, I guess, the other side of it. Jesus Christ, I can't think of words. Often, we think of the product itself just kind of shrinking in the amount you're getting and the price staying the same or going up. But a lot of the times, the unintended consequence also means that the tools that you use are now not useless, of course. That strainer's still perfectly fine. But again, for what you use it for, now it is. Now I have to go out and buy a separate product to now continue to use yours that you have changed the dimensions of. It all goes back to shrinkflation. Ain't it fun here? Put my brand new $120 pan on a hot tab that was supposed supposedly made for hot pans. Hell yeah. No, I just can't trust any of that crap. I would trust a pot holder made by like some old grandma somewhere, but I'm not trusting a pot holder that comes from any store because, again, they're all made of plastic. I actually, funnily enough, we have some towels that we have draped around the sink and whatnot that we use for various stuff when cooking or cleaning or whatever, just towels. And we used one as a pot holder after cooking to set down on the counter, right? I've done this many times. No problem. Towels can be used for that pretty effectively, actually. And in this case, the towel melted. It melted. We are wearing plastic. We are drying ourselves off with plastic. Rip Costco apple pie and my new 24, I almost thought that was like my new 24-inch Subaru. Oh, I'm so mad. You know what? You know what, though? This could be so much worse. The fact that you had the all-weather, foot mats down there that are a little concaved so they could hold a little bit of liquid probably saved you a lot of cleaning time. I just have to point that out. The one question I do have about this whole ordeal, though, is why are you getting radiation poisoning in your Subaru? Is there something about that car brand we need to know? Saw this while getting breakfast. My child is a failure. Oh, okay. Oh, dude, that's something I would give to my mom because it's funny as shit. But I'm gonna be real. If I ever saw my mom do that without, because I'm not an only child, so it may not reference me directly, but if I ever saw my mom do that without any of us giving her that sticker, I would be really, really, really mad. Okay? I'm not gonna lie. It has to be a gift from me. It has to be self-deprecating, then we're good, right? No. You don't get to put that on without me being a part of the joke. Secret Santa gift I got for coworker unintentionally the day he got fired. It gets worse before it gets worse. Oh, dude. Okay, well, if you got them this gift, clearly you know each other well enough to understand, I don't know, humor level at best, or at worst. I'll say at worst. So I'm assuming that he understands that this is just like, it's just shitty timing. But yeah. This sign went up after me and my family started using the pool at our hotel. Pick 2 is how red it made my eyes. Pool and hot tub closed due to chemical imbalance. We apologize for the inconvenience. Oh, thank God they figured it out after you were in there. Whoo, damn, how much chlorine was in that shit, dude? My God, yeah. Okay, well, just, I don't even know what you do for not aloe, what am I talking about? I don't know what you would do in this situation. Just wait it out. You'll be good. Some 1-star reviews are hard to overcome. My mother was killed here. An old dead oak tree fell on her cabin and killed her in front of my 7-year-old daughter. Can't recommend. Julie, the tragedy continues to have a profound effect on all of us. We will never forget that storm 5 years ago and the very high winds that brought a tree down. A horrible, tragic act of nature. Please understand ensuring the safety and well-being of our guests as well as our animals is our prime concern. Our thoughts continue to be with your family. That's an insane saga. Holy shit. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Bought a new car last week. Mother-in-law takes it for one drive last night. Well, you know exactly what I'm about to say. That's right. Your mother-in-law owes you some money. All that for a Tylenol. I'm rubbing my head after getting a cavity filled. Dental assistant says, "Oh, do you want a Tylenol?" I say, "Please," and she leaves to go get me one. $15 on the bill. I thought she meant like from her purse. $15 for a single Tylenol. Should we break down mathematically how cheap it is to get generic Tylenol at a Walmart by the hundreds of tablets? Some acetaminophen, acetaminophen? I always forget how it's actually pronounced because those words aren't pronounced in any way that follows English language rules. My underwear flew onto someone else's balcony. Oh, well, I hope that something bad doesn't come of that. Was supposed to leave tomorrow on a trip to see out-of-state family for the first time in years. Been planning for months. Was riding with my aunt. She decided last minute to leave a day early without us. I'm sorry to do this to you, but I think you guys are just gonna have to not go with us because we're leaving tomorrow morning. Okay. I arranged a lot to make this work. Got blank excited for the trip, made promises he could have the phone I never let him have specifically for the trip, went and spent my Christmas gift cards on stuff for the trip to leave the store and be told I'm uninvited because I couldn't rearrange more things last minute. Yeah, I wouldn't be talking to these people ever again. Not until I got a real serious apology, because that's pathetic and ooh, it's so disrespectful, man. What a waste. What is this? What am I looking at here? Oh, it's a shit ton of pizzas that are ready to be made. Oh, we're throwing them away, right? Well, that's half my dinner in the sink. Only half of it though? Come on. That's a lot of peas. Please tell me the other half of your dinner is just more peas. My wife likes to decorate the calendar and accidentally put birthday decorations on the wrong way. Oh. Come on. Wife made a Christmas turkey. We found this baked earbud in the pan the next day. Delicious.